nausea. Nausea is a contraindication in that it can make nausea worse. Okay, so the stirring up of toxins can produce nausea. People can feel nauseous after a massage anyway. Okay, so you add that. It's not, there's ideas like in Ayurvedic medicine, they do in panchakarma, which is a 5 cleansing process, they encourage people to throw up, through different techniques. So obviously it's a way of cleansing toxins out from the body, but it just depends on your clinic situation, whether you're going to be practicing something like that or not. So it's a contraindication and it'll make nausea worse, but there's obviously a debate about whether that's good or bad. It's almost cleaning out the body. But generally speaking, if you've got good carpets and things like that, it can make the place smell pretty bad. So you have to be really careful of that. Yeah. Sometimes we do have a bucket nearby. We've had quite a few people feel nauseous during a massage, and several people throw up during a massage. Yeah.
Spitting flame.
Yes. Yeah. Flame coming out of the body. Yeah. So. Yeah. It's not too bad to have a bucket somewhere in your clinic for those situations. Okay, so what's the next one? Cancer. So cancer is one of those controversial areas when it comes to massage. I've had people, the idea why it's a contraindication is because they say it can spread cancer. Okay, so they say that massage, for example, somebody with lymph cancer could spread to the breast or it could spread through the body. So there's certain people that support that idea, and I know somebody who was right into natural medicine and she had cancer and that happened to her as well. So it's not just orthodox people, but then I've had people that massage has totally cured them of cancer.
That happened with me.
Massage cured you of cancer?
Well, massage and Reiki combination.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on
It depends on the person a lot. So it's one of those controversial areas that you have to be aware of. There's a lot of different, if you're going to treat cancer patients, there's a lot of things that you have to be very careful of. In some places it's illegal. I know in Australia it was illegal for naturopaths to treat cancer. That you can treat the person, not the disease, in certain places. You have to be, basically, I would work with if they've got a physician or whatever, I'd work with them. If they don't have it, and it's up to them, it's good to make sure that you've got any legal situation sorted out, that they understand the risks. And there's different laws in different places in different states according to treating cancer. So you'd want to be aware of, if you're going to treat people with cancer, the legal and medical issues associated with it. And realize that it is very controversial. Some people will say massage is fantastic for cancer, and other people will say it will spread cancer.
What you say is really good, so that's true.
What will that say? Something came in?
No, I'm saying it's like the legal ramifications of what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to be very careful of what you say. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we consider it contraindication initially, but it's a lot deeper than that, a lot more complicated than that. If I had cancer, I'd probably get massage. But I get massage for everything. Yeah. Just a massage junkie, really. You know that about me, don't you? Yep. It's hard for me to ever get enough. I was like, sure, I'll have massage. Okay, so with cancer, research the medical thing, make sure that legally it's okay to treat that person, that they understand if there's any risks, they're taking responsibility. You don't want to get sued for treating somebody by them or their relatives if something happened. So there's quite a few different things you have to be aware of, because it's, like even in America, there was people that, some nurses came up, they didn't come up, they got a cure for cancer, 3 different herbal medicines from Canadian Indians, and they were treating a lot of people very successfully with it, but they ended up getting run out of the country because they were treating people so successfully. So you find like a lot of cancer clinics, like in North America, they're all in Mexico because the laws are different there. They get run out of North America if they treat people too well with cancer. So there's a lot of different things. There's a good book by a guy named John Robbins, Reclaiming Our Health, Exploding the Medical Myth and Embracing the True Source of Healing. Fantastic book if you want to read about the politics of natural medicine. And he exposes exactly some of the cancer industry and how they treat people as well. He goes into connection with the medical industry and the tobacco and the cesarean section fad that's happening and how they're different things. A great book, great book.
Sometimes it's worth finding an oncologist that does the leading complementary medicine as well.
I'd say so.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, so cancer is a controversial area. Again, I don't consider myself an expert in it. I think massage is probably one of the most beneficial things to prevent cancer, along with a really healthy diet and no toxins in the body. Massage gets rid of stress and it gets rid of toxins. And to me, cancer thrives where there's stagnation of tension and stagnation of chi and toxic buildup. Okay? So if you get rid of those in the body, then cancer thrives where there's a lot of stagnancy, in my opinion. Where there's a dynamic state of the chi moving in the body, the blood moving, cancer doesn't thrive. Okay, that's my opinion on cancer. So this form of massage is one of the most beneficial, along with a healthy diet, to prevent cancer. Okay. Fever? Again, it's not that common that somebody will come in if they have a fever. Most people with a fever naturally just don't want to move. Massage tends to increase the body's temperature. It can affect it in different ways, but often it increases it, so it could increase the fever. It's burning up. The massage encourages the body to burn up toxins, and that's already happening during the fever. So that's one of the reasons why it's considered a contraindication. Very rare that you'd actually have somebody come in with a fever that wants a massage. So, cold or flu. Okay, so people with a cold or flu, it generally tends to make a cold or flu a bit worse. Again, there's debate about whether that's necessarily beneficial or not. I would say it's actually beneficial.
I do. If anyone else looks like she's getting a sniffle, I'll go straight on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just blows it straight out.
Yeah, if you catch it at the start of a cold or flu, it usually actually, because colds or flu usually thrive where there's a lot of stress in the body and exhaustion. And then the immune system's down, you catch a cold or flu, or there's a lot of toxic buildup. Especially when you have regular massage, it's really good, in my opinion, to have a massage if you feel a cold or flu coming on. It'll fight it right off. But for people who have had a lot of toxins and tension in the body for many years, you give them a massage with a cold or flu, it'll make the cold or flu, it'll make it seem like the cold or flu is worse. Okay, so because you're actually stirring up more toxins. So the whole reaction will make it. Oftentimes people experience what they think could be a cold or flu after a massage anyway, as the toxins are all moved around in the body. Okay, so sometimes that may not be good for a person if they're working or got some particular commitment. They need to be aware that, yeah, having a massage when you got a cold or flu can make you feel, you're probably going to be in bed feeling a lot worse. Usually, for somebody who's had a long-term cold or flu where it's lasting 2 or 3 weeks, often what happens if you give them a massage, a good massage, it'll often get worse for a day or two and then they'll pick up again really quickly. Yeah. So we call it a contraindication for that reason. But in one sense, it's not a real contraindication. It's just that people will feel worse before they get better.